My enemies are many. My equals are none. In the shade of olive trees, they said Italy could never be conquered. In the land of pharaohs and kings, they said Egypt could never be humbled. In the realm of forest and snow, they said Russia could never be tamed. Now they say nothing. They fear me, like a force of nature, a dealer in thunder and death. I say, I am Napoleon. I am Emperor. Burn it!
YouTube, what the crap's going on? HeirofCarthage here. Thought y'all might like kind of a cool intro there, so threw that in. Let me get just a few things checked out. I'm going to make sure the stream is running okay, and then we'll just kind of go from there. So, like I said, just give me a moment.
Can you help me? My name is...
Okay. Like I said, just
And snow, they said Russia.
all right. Looks like everything is running okay. So I've got all my stuff set. So just checking that before we kick off. So decided to hit Napoleon Total War today, just because I figured that we hadn't spent any time here in multiplayer this week, kind of as I had wanted to. I am going to turn the sound up a little bit, hopefully, so y'all can maybe hear it a little better. So yeah, I hadn't gotten a chance to get into it, and basically just wanted to jump in here with y'all. Hope you folks in Britain didn't mind that intro there where Napoleon was standing on your shores with a few miles to go to London. But you know, all good fun, and I think that's one of those things that definitely you gotta love about Total War, right? You either play history or you rewrite history, so definitely gonna be a lot of fun. All right, so what we want to do today is get into some multiplayer. It's actually a pretty good crowd going on in here today. So I'm trying to think. So I always get the challenge here of I always want to have basically the least lag possible in the game, but at the same time want to provide it to you in the best graphics that I can. Hold on just a second, I'm tabbed out and it's screwing with me. Why do you do this to me? There we go. So sometimes Napoleon and Empire don't like it when I tab out, and it's honestly, unfortunately, typical. Those games weren't as new, and so they kind of get a little bit weird sometimes when you try and tab out of them. Alright, so got my stream going, and let me get a land battle hosted. I might do a sea battle if we have time. I do have to be off here by 9 o'clock my time, which is roughly an hour, so let's go ahead and get things started. Let's do a 2v2. So we're going to call this, we'll call this Air Live, and then the password, we'll make it really, really hard. It's going to be 123. So come join the game, Air Live 123. First match we'll play on, Syrian Ridge is always a fun map. I think we'll, or actually if we're going to do 2v2, we can do one of these smaller maps. Let's go with Tabuk Mesa. This one's kind of a fun map where you could potentially rush and stuff like that. So let's see, dry, large, morning. Okay, or actually let's go back and do medium unit sizes so that we again hopefully minimize lag. Did I hang on just a second? I didn't do enough players, did I? Yep, it reset. So four players. There we go. Now you should be able to join the game, Air Live. And we'll definitely get things off. So I'm gonna go over here in the chat and ask you all. So which faction am I using this morning? So yeah, what faction do you want me to use in the first game? We'll go ahead and let people be joining the game. We got Prussia. Prussia is pretty good. So Prussia is definitely a good faction. Britain. Now we're getting some France mixed in there. Some people want Netherlands. I'll kind of keep an eye on it here and see if anything starts to stick out. So it looks like the game is full. We got enough folks in here, so good morning. So the first game, let's say, we'll say no. Yeah, first game, let's say no arty, max 4 light infantry. Alright, so yeah, we're going to go no artillery in the first battle. If we get a chance to do another one, we'll allow some artillery there, because artillery is pretty fun in this game. On this Tabuk Mesa map, honestly, it may not be in the player's best interest to be bringing a lot of artillery. Let's see. Be the sea. I don't know how that's going to work. Netherlands, Prussia. I just played the Ottomans, so I mean, I'm going to rule them out. Nigeria's not in this one, though. It's a good call. China's also not in the game. Sorry, I can't do much for you there. Or Brazil. All right, so let's see. So we had people suggesting Netherlands. We had people suggesting Prussia. Prussia is pretty good. We've already got a Prussian player here. My opponent, or my teammate, is Sweden. Maybe I'll go with France just so that we have hopefully some more power on our team here. Because if I remember right, Sweden's good at certain things in the game, but maybe Prussia and Britain on the other side definitely worries me. So I'm gonna go ahead and carry France here. So let's clear this. I wonder if I have any armies for France. Nah, not really. I haven't saved anything recently. I'm not going to bring Napoleon, unfortunately. He just cost too much money, and I'd probably end up getting him killed. So I can't remember the accuracy ratings of these guys. I wanted to say that Swiss Foot was better at shooting and Polish Legion was better in melee. Got our light infantry here. France, of course, isn't all that great with light infantry. And hopefully no one's going to stream cheat here. I have to ask you, if please no stream cheating, so that I can pick my army. I guess I could. Oh, we got him going with Russia instead of the others. Oh well, that'll be fun. We'll go with Russia. All right, gonna get my army figured out here. Let's see. Let's need some that, yeah. So just gonna get the army built out a little. And all right, so get that capped. We got plenty of money. Let's actually go in here. Oh, yeah, I probably ought to get some lights. And wonder what let's see what the price difference is here. 720. Base is 710. Let's go with this guy. Both of these more accurate. Let's drop one more Swiss foot. Grab this guy. Already got 2 National Guard. There we go. Maybe this will work. We'll see. Most of my builds are probably questionable. Alright. Let's get things started. See what's going on over here in the chat. So, where are people watching from this morning? We got some pretty good representation of the world. See Arena Emperor out there. I'm honestly surprised that Arena Emperor isn't here in the game with us. He's really had a knack of getting into all of them. So let's see. Someone's asking when the battle's going to start. That would be in just a moment. We're just waiting on one player to ready up, and that would be the player on my team, the Russian player, who he's ready now, but then the British player looks like he's going for some last-minute switches. There we go. 3, 2, 1. Let's kick this battle off. So it looks like you got Desert Eagle 88 here on my team, and then Tonavane and Klaus on the other team. I think Tonavane, didn't you win something on my stream once? I think you did. Name sounds familiar. Oh, now look at this deployment. Now tell me that's not interesting. I didn't even know it deployed this way. We deploy opposites of each other on the map, so you can actually have enemies on both your flanks. And I think we got the stupid rain bug here, which is probably just going to cause a bunch of lag, unfortunately. Tabuk Mesa doesn't really strike me as a place where it would be super rainy. So let's hope the lag isn't too bad. Stupid rain. It seems like that was a bug in Napoleon. And we're just waiting for the other players to load in, so it looks like it'll be a minute. Apparently someone on the stream is a dolphin. Sometimes the comments just don't know what to think there. Well, we might be gonna drop someone, and this rain and all that other stuff doesn't help. I see a lot of people always commenting about Medieval 3. I think there's a lot of us that would love to have a Medieval 3. I think that my biggest reservation right now is, and I say this with all love for Creative Assembly because I love the games that they make, but let's be honest with ourselves, Rome 2 was a great game by the time we got to the Emperor Edition, but I think we all know the launch was pretty rough, and it worries me to now throw these titles at the Creative Assembly like Medieval 3. You would be expecting a lot in that game, the same way that we were expecting a lot with Rome 2. And so it may be best if they maybe go through a few other titles and see if they can kind of clean things up. It looks like this game is probably going to time out, unfortunately. I wish the timeout wasn't so long, because we've still got to sit here for 3 more minutes. Just kind of an annoying thing there, like how long it takes to time out. But someone's definitely either lagging to death or going to be dropped from the game. So I'm going to actually just go ahead and quit, and then hopefully we can get the rain bug fixed here. Because I don't want all that rain. It's going to make it harder to see the battle. There we go. So I'm going to go back real quick and just make sure. Pick Tabuk Mesa again. You can see the weather's dry. It stayed on dry. We're going to rehost the game. So 1, 2, 3 is the settings. Yeah, just rejoin there. But it looks like the game was going to lag out. So in fact, I may go back and let's go to medium funds just to make sure again that we'll go medium funds, medium units, just to make sure that we're not gonna lag this thing to death, because there is that stupid rain bug that every now and then comes up. We'll go ahead and play on Tabuk Mesa though. I like the idea of the challenging start positions that we're gonna end up with. So we'll just see who ends up joining back in the game. Hopefully the same players. We got Uesegi Kenshin. He might have some Arena Emperor makes it in this time. See what I mean? You give this guy enough chance and he's gonna make it. So yeah, and sorry for those of you who are in the game. It was lagging out. You'll be able to see when you watch it back, so it wasn't going to go anywhere, unfortunately. So we'll say, again, no Artie on this one, and max 4 lights. Alright. Yeah, Arena Emperor says, here I am. Indeed, you are. Let's see. Let's get into, we got France and Austria and Prussia on the other side right now. Kind of a cool combination. Let's see. Should we do a... I'm going to ask Arena Emperor if he wants to do like a British-Spanish alliance here. They got like an Austro-Prussian alliance. I don't know if they ever really allied with each other, but you know, you got your East Europe there. I'll see if he wants to do a West Europe thing here. So I'll go with Spain. Or he went with Spain, so I'll take Great Britain. So here we are. I'm going to represent Great Britain this time. Let's get a general here for us. It would be fun to bring Wellington, but my gosh, that's a lot of money. So we will go ahead and get started. I think a lot of the British units are more expensive, but seems like with pretty good stats. Yeah, the shooting stats on these foot are pretty darn great. Highland foot, good stuff. What do we got? King's German Legion for 50 more. It's got pretty nice stats on it. 88th foot here, which is a pretty sweet unit too. And then we got the 42nd foot, the Black Watch. Very cool. Coldstream Guards are an awesome unit as well, but gonna have to be careful of how much I spend in this particular game. The downside to using Great Britain is gonna be, from a cav standpoint, we're gonna be struggling. We don't have good shooter cav, but we do have some access to some cool light hussars. These guys have 125, these 10th hussars, which is a very cool feature, so they can actually skirmish with rifles from horseback, so we'll probably definitely bring some of them to see, well, just in case it's needed. We may not need it on this map because it's kind of rushy. In fact, I'm going to just go with maybe, I'm going to get a couple of these King's German Legion. I want to grab the 88th Foot. Oh, I really want to bring the Black Watch, but that's kind of frightening because of the price. Let's get plenty of line, and then we'll get a couple of light foot, and then we're gonna need some cav. In fact, I'd probably like more cav than what I have here. Get a King's German Legion light dragoon. I may drop 1 foot and get another unit of cav. Let's see what we can bring here. Can almost afford that 10th Hussars. Their melee stats aren't particularly great. Got Dragoon Guards, that'd be kind of fun. They're a heavy cav though, gonna be a little slow. Maybe better to get like these 15th Hussars. I think we'll do that. So I've still got a decent number of cav here, some light foot, and a couple of decent-ish line infantry. So let's get things started. Go ahead and ready up here. Yeah, Arena Emperor's talking about the Black Watch being good in melee if you screen him with militia, and I'm okay with that. It's just, unfortunately, British militia cost quite a lot as well. He says it's gimmicky. I do it all the time with Old Guard. I always put a National Guard in front of the Old Guard. Someone's screaming at me to bring the Black Watch. Scots Greys are very nice cav too. I love, very cool unit. I love some of the units they added to this game. There's definitely some cool ones. I think it's unfortunate that I know that they don't fit into the campaign. America doesn't, at least. Although it would have been kind of cool, right, if you added America and Britain had to potentially worry about the War of 1812 while trying to handle Napoleon, and then it would have added America to multiplayer, which would have been a lot of fun. I loved having them in Empire Total War. I mean, don't get me wrong, they were represented pretty strong for what they would have been in that time period, but still, it kind of added like some different units and different flavor. It was a lot of fun. Let's hope we don't get the stupid rain bug here, and also hope that we don't lag out, because I'd like to get a second battle in. Hate to have like an hour-long deal here and only get 1 battle in, but I mean, that's the nature of live streams. Unfortunately, sometimes things go beyond your control. I thought I had turned on the debug camera, but it's not working. I was going to turn it on so that you all could hopefully see the overall battle map better. Let's see what my teammate has brought. Provincial Militia, Balloon Guards, Fusiliers, Light Infantry, Coraceros Españolos. That's a fun cav unit. And then he's got some Lanceros. Okay, so everybody's loaded in. That's good. Hopefully we're not going to be lagging out too hard or anything.
Line infantry.
And the fun thing about Tabuk Mesa is you have to move through like this little choke point, and so does all of your enemies and teammates. So like, this is going to be crazy. Arena Emperor and I are going to start off opposites of each other like this. It's going to be very, very different. So I'm going to actually get into a kind of a... This is going to be like one of those few times when I'm going to use a column formation, basically. Get my light foot and everything in here. Basically just get all our guys ready to truck it up the hill. Alright. Let's get this thing started. Sorry I'm reading up in case people aren't ready, but we got to get this done. So, got 52 seconds until the action starts. So over here to my left I have an enemy, and then over here to my right I've got an enemy as well. And remember, I think we are up against Austria and Prussia. Now Prussia will come. Prussian foot guards are quite good. Prussian fusiliers are quite good as well. They're a light foot. Now on this map, light foot may be limited because line of sight is sometimes limited. So melee can come in handy. I didn't come particularly well equipped for melee, but the British troops have they have some nice shooting stats and decent. These guys over here have better morale. And then the Walloon guards that are brought by Arena Emperor, if they get into melee, they're going to be quite deadly as well. Plus, they can shoot it up with the best of them. Okay, let's see. I can see the Austrian player over here. He's actually got a pretty decent line of Grenzers, some Landwehr militia, got a Czech regiment, and some Hungarian Fusiliers. And a couple of Uhlans that I can see there. He might have more that are hidden in the woods that are going to be popping up. Over here, let's take a quick look at Prussia. Musketeers, Musketeers. Landwehr Foot Guards. Musketeers, Musketeers. I'm actually hoping that those Foot Guards stay on the side of Arena Emperor. I don't want to be facing those guys. Let's get my guys running. I should have already been running. Let's see, just what else? Hungarian Fusiliers. It would be nice if I could get some of my cav down into those Grinzers. Now, of course, he could form a square pretty quickly. And I also have to watch out for any Prussian cav. But let's get some of these light dragoons and just get ready to bum rush the Austrian player to try and keep him out of position. Run, you dummies! So I'm going to immediately push the Austrian. So we're going to get a charge into his Grinzers here, send a couple of them flying. He is going to get into squares in some spots. But this is going to cause a great deal of disruption. And I'm actually willing to go with this kind of as a sacrifice for now. Okay. Let's get some infantry lined up over here. So that'll keep the Austrians stuck for just a moment. And it looks like Arena Emperor has the same idea over here against the Prussian. Okay, we got Austrian cav coming up behind us here, Uhlans. So my opponent means to do the same thing to me. And this is unfortunate because I didn't get into a square formation. But his Uhlans are charging uphill, so hopefully we can use that to our advantage. I'm going to try and get up here on the hill first. This is going to be very hectic to try and control. Let's get into these musketeers here. They're not in square. The Austrian or the Prussian player's probably having a hard time keeping up with everything that's going on, so I'm going to get in here and start trying to take down a bunch of these musketeers. And we're going to get some nice kills and some disruption. I wish you could set it to where these guys would run automatically. Let's see how our flank's doing over here. I got some troops already firing on the Austrian troops. We're going to need to shore up this position here. We got Arena Emperor coming to help me, so we got some nice downhill shooting positions. I think that some of the... we're going to need some more reinforcements here. And let's get these guys into light infantry doctrine, get them up here and let them start shooting. We've got the Prussian bottleneck pretty bad, so I'm actually going to bring more reinforcements over here. Let's get all our cav and push the Prussian flank here, or the Austrian flank. He wasn't ready to get into a square. He's busy shooting, so we'll make him pay a little price here. Let's see if we can get more of his units disrupted. We got a nice shooting position here. Getting on the flank. This Prussian player is going to be in some pretty rough shape here. Oh, need to get to a square. Get a last second square there. Or actually, it's musketeers coming in, so we're fine. Let's actually click a shoot order on those musketeers while they're fighting against my square. So my cavalry has done a good job of disrupting the Austrian line here. They are dead now on this flank, but we got that Emperor's Own over here. That's going to be a tough unit to crack. And I'm actually losing some line infantry on this side. I think that Arena Emperor has this guy handled pretty well over here, so I'm going to run more foot over to the other side. Let's keep my general staff safe in the woods here. We're starting to gain kind of a shooting advantage on the Austrian troops over here. And that cav unit I had finally routed, so now we can move up on the Austrian flank. So I'm going to push the Austrian flank. These light foot here are going to help us do some shooting. Where's my other light foot? Oh, this is a light foot. I just have them shooting like line infantry. That's okay. The Emperor's Own is actually getting beat up because it's getting hit by a provincial militia as well. So good support from Arena Emperor. The Prussian player is kind of in full retreat here. but he's still got a number of troops, but we've got him bottlenecked in a bad position where he's fighting uphill, so I want to try and focus on getting rid of the Austrian player at this point. The Austrian general is struggling, and then the Austrians having to try and reposition amidst heavy fire, so he does have some Grenzers left back here. All my cav is off the field except for my general, unfortunately. But, I mean, you kind of have to be aggressive with your cav on this map if you want it to do any good. I've got another line infantry unit we need to move up here. The Emperor's Own, let's see, we got Grenzers fleeing from me here. Let's attack them. I think the Emperor's Own regiment has routed. The Prussian's going to have to fight uphill into an outgun position, so I think Arena Emperor and I managed to get control of the terrain here and got a couple of key cav charges early on. The Austrian player did a great job trying to get on my flank too, though, so definitely want to call that out. Okay, so we've got most of the Austrian troops in retreat at this point. So let's actually take all these troops and transfer over here to help against the Prussian. Yep, we've got the Austrian troops beaten. And at this point, let's see what the Prussian... Oh, they have a foot guard here. That's going to be a challenging unit. I got a unit trying to outflank me here, so let's just take them. I don't know which way you're charging, but yeah, I got my King's German Legion foot here. They're going to get shot up some, unfortunately, by these musketeers, but if I can get into melee, that'll be great. We're going to get a counter charge here from the Prussian, so get some sweet obligatory melee option here. So let's see. I don't know if my German Legion will win that or not. But we've got the Prussians in general retreat here. Yeah, it looks like I'm winning this fight, at least from a morale standpoint. Let's get in another unit just to ensure that comes out for me. And let's get our Lightfoot up here, ready to shoot that Landwehr. Go ahead and charge there.
Our men are running, sir.
And the Prussian player's making a glory charge here, which is good stuff. And I'll go get the replay of this battle and show that to you so you all can kind of see everything that happened in the battle. I'll make sure and show you everybody's perspective, but it's definitely been a fun one. Napoleon had some good battles. Actually, I kind of like maps like this. Not all the time, because sometimes it's more fun to just fight on open ground. Everybody get the bayonet out. Let's give our enemy the dignity of going hand-to-hand on this one. So yeah, we're going to go hand-to-hand with the Landwehr here. Just get them in melee so you can see all my British foot coming down. They're all probably quite tired. And I'm guessing that the foot guards, yeah, this unit here actually probably still managed to beast out a pretty impressive number of kills, I'm sure. Foot guards are an impressive unit, to say the least. So there we go. Looks like the last Prussian unit has routed. There's one Austrian unit down here, Grenzer, hidden in the woods. And it has now routed as well. So, GG to everybody. Great game. A lot of fun. That map can go either way really fast for the players. So, yeah, it can definitely go good or bad for you. I'm going to put 4L there so it tells me it was live. Yeah, it can go either way. You just really never know. So if we take a look at the statistics, unit statistics. I didn't get a chance to look at the statistics. All right, so I'm going to say thanks for the game. Much fun. All right, and I think we have time. Yeah, we do have time. We're going to fit in a naval battle also. And let's go ahead and back out, and I'm going to go do a sea battle. I actually really like the naval battles on Napoleon. They're a lot of fun. We'll fight in the Nile just for fun. Weather dry. Moderate breeze westerly. And unit size, I don't know if it really matters. We'll go with medium funds, medium unit size again, because that seemed to work out well from not causing insane lag. What'd y'all think of the first battle? Did that go the way you thought it would be? Looks like I still got people wanting me to be the Netherlands. Pirates of the Caribbean Total War. It'll kind of be like that here. So we'll do another one. So we'll do a 2v2 again. Post the battle. And we're going to The password, I think, should still be 123. It is. Yes, the password's still 123. Caribbean, or, oh, they want Caribbean. I get you. You want this one. Okay, Caribbean. Pirates of the Caribbean it is. And they want me to play as the Bavarian Republic, or yeah, I guess it's, oh, sorry, not Bavarian. Batavian Republic, which I guess would have been the United Netherlands at this point. I don't know. I don't know their history, so I apologize. I do know that I had an uncle that lived in is Holland part of the United Netherlands? What's it called today? I guess. Anyway, I had an uncle who lived in Holland for a long time. He really liked it over there. I'd love to go see a lot of these places. So, yep, we're just going to have ourselves a naval battle. We'll say max 1 rocket ship or bomb ship. Oh, it's I have it set to 1v1. Crap, I hate how it does that. Yes, password's 123. I had it set to 1v1. Sorry. Now it's open. You all can come join. Yep. And I will play as the United Netherlands this time. Good old Netherlands. They got, let's see, a steamship here, a smaller steamship. That's pretty cool. So let's see, we got Private Ryan. Apparently he was saved. And I can't even begin to pronounce that, but welcome, good sir. And then we got Dino 100 here. So welcome. And we're going to say max 1 rocket or bomb ship. Otherwise, have fun. Yep, if you want to bring big heavy ships, go for it. No one's going to stop you. I do think that the United Netherlands is probably a questionable pick in naval battle. Yeah, really questionable actually, because they don't have any of the big ships. So, not sure how this will work out, but I told you all I'd use them. We'll try and use them. We got Britain on the other side, though. That's going to be hard. But I do have Spain on my team. They could potentially bring the 122 gun ship of the line. Steamships are kind of cool. I'm not sure they always work out. What all do we got? Carronade, bomb catch. I'm gonna need my general. Wow, that steamship is crazy expensive. Man, this is gonna be rough. I'm not sure it's a good idea for me to play as the Netherlands, but we'll try it. I'm gonna get some of these 74 gun ships of the line. The biggest problem is I can't pick enough ships to spend all my money. So I might as well pick some of these steamships. Hull strength is a little stronger even, so yeah, we'll pick a couple of those steamships just to use up some of the money. This is going to be like I said, a questionable pick in my opinion. I can't pick any more of the 74 guns. I do want a bomb catch. Let's drop one more of the, so we got another 74 gun. And then we got 18 something left. Got this carronade frigate. And 38 gun frigates. 50 gun ship of the line. Let's, the carronade frigate has, I don't remember exactly what they're good for. Let's grab a couple of these 38 gun frigates. Again, I'm guessing that my army is going to be quite outmatched here, because I want to say that the other factions have better ships. All right, I'm ready to go though. Doesn't matter. Britain shall triumph. They just might. I'm going to say good luck, have fun to all. So over in the chat there, what do you all think of that last battle? What did you like the YOLO? Would you have rather seen something more open? Kind of tell me what you thought there. I thought that one was pretty fun. And like I said, I'll go show you the replay afterwards so that we can get some close-up views. I'll turn on the debug camera so we can get some close-up views. And I may even record it from each player's standpoint. Kind of get 4 takes on it real quick because it wasn't a particularly long battle. What do y'all think? Would you like to see that? So just let me know over there in the chat. I'll keep an eye on it for a second. You know, I'm hoping that my internet holds out and the game doesn't crash, because that might make the first stream in a while where that hasn't happened, which would be great. torpedo or bust. Unfortunately, Admiral Akbar, there's no torpedo ships in Napoleon. But we could fire up some FOTS naval battle on one of these live streams if you want. And I have a fun game mode that I played with Lionheart and Will from Creative Assembly once, and I want to say we called it the Torpedo Gauntlet. And it was basically where one of the giant British ironclads had to try and make it through like 3 other players that were firing torpedoes at them. It was pretty entertaining because if you got your torpedo ship shot even once by the British ironclad, it died. But torpedoes in the water everywhere, and you have a pretty unmaneuverable ship. It's pretty entertaining. So the torpedo stuff is pretty fun. All right. So here we go. Now I'm gonna need some help from you all on something. Let's see here. The wind is blowing this way, so we may want to head where the wind will favor us. I only have one steamship. I'm kind of thinking, let's sail like this. Here we go. So let's get all of our 74 guns lined up. Again, these are going to be pretty small compared to some of the ships from other nations, potentially. I'm going to keep my general safe on the inside here. We've got a couple of these 38 gun frigates. These are going to be faster boats, and I'm going to kind of hold them back almost. We might actually use them to help protect our general, the 38 gun frigates. Like I said, I have no idea how this is going to go. Let's get our bomb catch, and I'd kind of like to see if it can get to firing right away. So we've got the bomb catch where it might be within range of enemy units, depending on how far apart the deployment zones are here. I can't remember. Looks like my teammates got the same idea. We're going to try and take this with the wind blowing from the west to the east. I'm trying to kind of maneuver this way so that hopefully we can overload one side, and if one of the players deploys further over here, they still have a potentially good wind to try and sail over, but I just definitely want to have the wind at our favor at the beginning of the engagement so that hopefully we can get some more speed out of the whole deal. Actually, this rocket ship, or this bomb catch, I may want to put it right here where it's out of the way of these others. So let's go ahead and start sailing this way. I know I can use formations here as well, but the formations in naval are always a little weird for me. My steamship should be able to get anywhere at once just fine. What do we got over here? Let's go check out the enemy. So Denmark's got an 80, a 50, 50, 64, 74, 74. So Denmark's got a pretty nice looking navy over there. We got a British 122 gun heavy first rate, 106 gun first rates. I knew the British would be bringing some of these. I can't see what that ship yet is, I guess. He's got a couple of steamships as well, and so you can see he's using them immediately to try and get faster upwind. And let's see, we've got 122 gun ship with a line, another 122 gun. We got a steamship here, so that my teammate has gone for more numbers and less overall. So let's see. I'm gonna try and bomb the British heavy first rate. So got all my ships sailing. Yeah, he's got a rocket ship as well. So it looks like we both got the same idea. Let's try and hit this British 122 gun ship of the line, because it is a serious threat, and all of that Dutch fleet is a serious threat. If we can get the British ship on fire, that'd be a fantastic quick win for us here. Though I don't know if I have the range for it. It looks like the Spaniards potentially turning around as well, and it looks like everybody's sailing. Everybody's sailing windward here, trying to gain the upper hand. The British has his steamships already moving around the flank. Paddle frigate. This ship's going to get outmatched over here. The Spaniard needs to pull it back. should almost be in range of some of the Danish ships here. We got any bombs fired just yet? Come on, fire your bomb. I can't get too close because I don't want them to be able to get a volley off on me. Looks like my guys are reloading the bombs for the moment. Come on. Reload and fire. There we go. Actually run this way. So we got a couple of bombs off. Let's see if we get a lucky hit. Unfortunately, we did catch a ship. Well, I thought we may have caught a ship on fire. We didn't, actually. I need to quickly get away from this. I've got a big old bad ship up on my... Oh, my bomb catch is dead. I've let him get within range. Just run. I can hope that maybe my speed will save me here. Are we at full sail? If you're not, let the sails out, baby. Time to roll. Okay, it looks like we might be able to make it away from his arc of fire here, just barely. Let's see. Did we end up with the steamship engagement out here? Yeah, the British steamship's sailing against the wind right now. And they'll do quite well at this. I can use my own general to cut them off. And let's bring our 38-gun frigates over as well. Oh! Ouch! Yeah, he just got a volley off on my steamship, or my rocket ship. Run, you fools! Let's move up our 64-gun frigates, or whatever they are, 64-gun ship of the line. My bad. Well, we did take a volley, but we managed to get a rocket ship away without it exploding, which is always nice. Like I said, you can see the British player. Let's see, he's got a... How many guns does this thing have? Only 34 guns. 48 guns on this one. Hussar Razi? I don't even know what that ship is. So I've got my 80-gun Admiral's vessel here. Oh, Spaniard just got a volley off from the 64 gun. So did manage to hit the steam frigate. Sometimes you can get lucky hits on them and actually take them out. My bomb catch took another volley, unfortunately. Oh, the 122 gun opens up here. Gets a few hits on the Danish 80 gun. Let's kind of move up. Let's move up our frigate line just a little bit here to help protect. Or our ship line here just to help protect the... Let's turn around and see if we can get our bomb catch firing. British steamships look like they're almost trying to just keep some of our force busy over here, which is understandable. We'll just kind of keep a back line here. Don't know if this is the best choice or not, but... Yeah, this... Oh, we got rockets firing off as well. So if we get lucky, we might be able to catch an enemy ship on fire here with the rockets or our bomb catch. I find these ships to be potentially quite useful. Ooh, actually took some fire from that volley off of the Danish ship. And now this Danish ship is going to get hit by my own as well. I've got a pretty nice frigate line here, or a line set up. I keep calling it a frigate line. I don't really know why. Let's see, my bomb catch is fired. Let's see if we get anything here. This 80 gun ship of the line here is taking some decent hull damage. Come on. Oh yeah! Yeah, we got a good hit with the bomb catch right there. Killed a lot of crew. So that's going to have hurt them pretty badly. Let's focus on a different... Let's see if we can hit that 64 gun. So this 80 gun ship of the line for Denmark is hurting. Though, I mean, we do have some considerable enemy forces still to deal with. Yeah, the British player is just trying to keep us busy back here more than anything. Let's get one of these smaller 38 gun frigates. What do we got here? Got my 80 gun steamship. Let's kind of just turn a few of these ships around and threaten to overwhelm them over here. The Spanish rocket ship is down, unfortunately. Let's move our position here just a little bit to help support against the 64 gun. So I've got 2 ships firing on his 1, so we should be good there. My bomb catch is firing away. And let's get this ship turned, bring her broadsides to bear potentially. Alright, what do we got here? Yeah, my bomb catch is firing away. Oh, where are you going? I didn't want you to move. Piece of crap. Now I'm gonna get outgunned here. Come back this way, actually. Just, gosh dang it, get back into a firing position. Now I'm going to get hit 2-1. Let's see. The British steamships are way off at the back of the map. But we do have a 122 gun coming up behind us. But, I mean, if we can overwhelm... I don't think we're going to have an easy time doing it. But if we were to overwhelm Denmark here, it'd be great. I mean, we are doing quite well against the Danish fleet at the moment, but I mean, they have a lot of vessels after us here. But there's another Spanish 122 gun right here, and if I move up into this position, should be able to handle it. Let's try and hit that 80 gun. Let's bring our 38 gun frigate up to see if we can get behind the enemy line. Definitely worried about this 106 and 122 gun British vessel behind us. We'll see what we can do. Like I said, we're going to have to hope for the best here. Try and get rid of some of these Danish ships.
One of our ships is withdrawing from the fight.
Dang it! My bomb catch took some fire and is routing, and it's routing straight towards the enemy line, which is great. Like I said, I want to get this maybe smaller, faster ship up in front. I don't know what my vessels are doing back here, but let's get up closer to my main line so that we're not too exposed to these British ships back here. The Danish fleet taking some big losses. Man, my stupid bomb catch, what are you doing? So, I really need this thing to potentially take down some of those big British ships. And it's routing like straight into enemy fire here and just getting hammered. We got a lot of bunching up going over here, which is not particularly good. It's going to be crowding our line of fire. But we are getting some good shots from my vessel right here. We should be able to support this 122 gun. Let's get my frigate behind him. I'm so ticked off by this bomb catch routing right into enemy lines. We've got some using decisively on fire. I want to get rid of this 50 gun ship so that we can move in. May try and turn this vessel, turn them around real quick. Let's see what we got. Is the British pushing? The British player's not pushing us yet, so right now the Dane and the... What do I got back here? Oh, it's a Spanish ship. I need to tell my teammate. Have a ship in the back. Okay. I don't know if he realizes it or not. I wonder if the Danish admiral just went down. Unfortunately, now I've got my 38 gun frigate's going to be going toe-to-toe with the 50 gun, but I've got supporting fire from other vessels in the area, so hopefully we can pull that off. one of the 122 gun Spanish vessels is wavering. It's not good. The Danish Navy, like I said, had a pretty considerable force here. And at least I forced this ship. They turned their back to me and they're going to go into repairs. Let's see what else we got going on. Man, we need our bomb catch bad to have any chance of getting rid of those British vessels, but our bomb catch is sinking. So that dream is over. Let's get around here to where the wind maybe favors a little better with my 38 gun frigate. Just keep taking pot shots here, see if we can get lucky. We've got this Danish ship surrendered. So I may go ahead and start to try and bring some of these vessels back in this general direction. Got a little bit of a traffic jam going on over there, but if I can stay position-wise okay with my 38 gun frigate here, I should be able to do quite well actually. It doesn't have a ton of firepower, but it's going to be a little bit faster moving. Let's get my general and this other 38 gun sailing this way. Yeah, these big British ships back here are a huge worry for me. And with one of the 22 gun, 122 gun Spanish ships routing, that's very bad. So we've got all the Danish ships over here fleeing. It's quite good. It's very good for us actually. Need these Danish ships gone. Oh, is this one still? This one's still firing at me even though it's routed. So yeah, I'll hopefully the Spaniard keeps firing there as well. They're gonna keep shooting at me while they're routing. The British Navy is still looking very potent at this point. Let's bring a couple of ships down to make a line here to hopefully intercept some of the British fleet. Let's keep my steamship admiral safe. Maybe get a fast mover going this way. Like I said, I don't really know anything about naval combat or strategy, just gonna do what I can here. And let's roll this ship around. So most of the Danish fleet is gone at this point, but the heavy Spanish vessels are taking some pretty severe damage, and it's gonna be questionable as to whether I have the firepower to pull off a victory here, and my fleet's still a little bit spread out. I'm gonna have some ships coming back. We got a Danish ship seeking here. This one has come back from routing and is now firing on my vessels. It's now routed again. Okay. Looks like my 38 gun frigate firing at some routing. Another Danish ship sinking. So like I said, we've dealt with the Danish vessels okay. I need to get my heavier ships in a position. Okay, good. My teammate remembered his ship in the back and now has something to trade shots. We're going to hit the steamship in the back here too. That's great. Okay. Like I said, we got all my vessels sailing back this way. The British player is going to end up behind us. But I'll see. Let me see if I can get a position right here real quick to help fire on these vessels where we've got a surrendered 122 gun ship. It's sad to see such a great ship surrender, but this one's on fire now. He's going to have to stop and repair, which means he'll get shot to death. Without those big Spanish ships and without my bomb catch, I think it's just a matter of time before I get gunned down at this point. Let's actually bring this frigate straight this way to see if I can get any support on this end. Where's my admiral at? Here's my admiral. Or no, that's not my admiral. Okay, here's my admiral. I'm going to steam him around the enemy flank here, hopefully. Yeah, not a whole lot of hope left here for us, I don't think, but you know, we'll fight to the end for sure. The British fleet's actually withdrawing because they've got the wind and the steam vessels here going for them. These British ships are still pushing the fight, so it might be that we could potentially, if my 38 gun frigate is going to get blasted in a single shot over here. So the British player is still kind of sailing around us. There's a few Spaniard ships left. He might be using... Yeah, he's going to retreat to a position where he hopes he can just wait and broadside me. We'll try not to allow that, and then I'll bring my steamship over this way as well. Try and sail around his broadside range, but he's going to retreat and get ready to deliver a broadside. This is suicide over here. Yeah, it's these steamships. This 80 gun is going to get hammered. If not, my 38 gun might get it from this larger British vessel. We're going to have to be careful. The British players' retreats like this are actually pretty deadly. Because if he retreats and gains position, it's going to be bad. He's got quite a few steamships left as well, and then he's taking his ships back and doing hull repairs, which will help a great deal. Yeah, this 80 gun trading shots with 122 guns, not ideal, but it's getting shots and not being fired upon at the moment, which is good. With all these steamships present, though, it's going to make it less likely that I'm able to use my smaller, faster ships to any great effect. Yep, see, this is what the British player wants. As we approach to try and get in broadside range, he gains the first volleys. So that's why I want to try and approach from out here a little and force him to move, which he absolutely can do. He's going to have the faster. He's going to have faster speed here. I'd kind of like to corral up the British player a little bit, or force his larger ships to end up sailing into the wind. So let's see, what kind of... We got a steam paddle here for the Spaniards.
Their admiral has fallen, sir. Now we shall see their true colours.
Enemy admiral has fallen. How did that work? Was that the Dutch admiral? Private Ryan? Not this guy. So Dino 100, his admiral's still alive. Yeah, the enemy's just doing some fire and retreat tactics at the moment, so it's gonna drag this out a little more. We got this 122 gun ship back from routing, which is great. It's just and she's repairing. She's lost a considerable number of guns on one side, though, I'm guessing. But with some repairs, that'll be handy. At least maybe she can tank some more fire for us. And this Spaniard ship here is going to need to watch out. But this heavy first rate's not going to be able to sail upwind at any considerable amount of speed. Quit trying to go through the ship. Just come this way. You come here. Break it up. Yeah, so that one's surrendered. All the Danish ships are gone. I wonder if we could split this gap here. I'm gonna try it with one of, well, I'd have to be careful because that's 106 gun and another 106 gun. So we got 206 guns, a steamship, whatever this one is, a Hussar, or Razzie, or whatever, and then a paddle frigate. I mean, eventually the British player is going to end up against the line here, but I'm guessing that he's hoping we won't be able to move our ships forward in an organized fashion. He won't be able to sail around us, really. I don't think he'll be able to gain the flank. Okay. I kind of like to just go at this and fight, so y'all don't just have to sit here and watch for a while. I mean, the maps are quite large on the naval battles, so that's why if he continues to run, it could take quite a while to get this thing corralled off. But I'm assuming he's trying to make a flank, but I mean, if he does, and he turns upwind, I mean, this ship's gonna become slow. His 38 gun frigate, or steam frigate, could make it around. But I mean, we should be able to keep an eye on it as well. He's got his forces kind of split. I wish we had ships fast enough to kind of cut this gap and cut off half of his fleet. And I'm not saying this to be mean, but I do wish that he would stop running. I'd like to fight this. Win, lose, or draw, doesn't matter to me. I actually think he's got the firepower. Okay, it looks like he may be turning around to try and take a gun position here. Like I said, I'm pretty sure he's got the firepower to pull this off. I don't know how we're going to be able to cause enough damage to these larger vessels. So he's got a paddle frigate moving on me here. This 106 gun first rate is a serious concern. My general would need some pretty serious support to ever even consider taking on that 106 gun. So let's see here. Like I said, I'm making best speed possible here to try and just get an engagement rolling. I'll get this 74 gun moving into position. I need to keep my general at a safe distance here. Definitely don't want to lose him. I'm kind of sailing at not really the best wind position here, and we got a British steamship that's ready to broadside us. So yeah, my opponent he's going to be happy to take an engagement here if I give it to him because he's got the gun advantage. But if I get this other 74 gun in, we might force him to split. And he's going to try and sail around us over here, but as you can see, he's going nowhere with these ships into the wind. The steamship he can, but the others he won't be. But he could turn and sail back upwind, but those are relatively slow boats. So I'm kind of hoping, crap, he's going to get a nice shot at me here. Ooh, I got a first volley, but he's going to outgun me. Pretty heavily, actually. Crap. You can't get here fast enough, 74 gun. He's going to try and take a steamship around me. That's fine. Let's actually pull my 38 gun frigate back this way. He knows what I'm up to here. Knows I'm trying to catch his 106 gun under fire from two ships at once. Okay. Spanish have a paddle frigate coming back into the fight, so we've got a small steamship about to engage my 74 gun here. Let's see if we can get a lucky shot. Sometimes you can hit their boiler and actually blow them. We outgun him here for sure, and we're about to hit him in the rear, which would be nice. He will have a speed and maneuvering advantage here, though. He'll be in cannon range for another second, though, so we'll see if we can get a second volley off. Another shot to the stern would be really fantastic for me, but I don't think I'll be able to reload in time. Yeah, actually we did. So, got another shot into the stern of that, another nice shot actually into the stern of that British steamship. His other large vessel looks like it's turning upwind, wanting to come back after us again. Let's actually keep pushing it, try and corral him back once again. The British players playing pretty patiently here. There, we just got a shot on his paddle frigate. It's a long-range shot, but it's a shot. Like I said, sometimes you can get lucky and get hits that help you out a lot. I'm going to bring that 38 gun frigate around again. Steam my general back around. Okay, we can This British steamship is kind of just playing with us over here. Let's come in behind this 122 gun ship now. Like I said, let's see if we can corral them. He's going to be trying to sail upwind now where he can get an advantageous positioning, so definitely a good plan. I don't know if he's going to be in cannon range over here, but let's turn. If he manages to get some hits with this 122 gun, that'd be bad. But yeah, we're going to get a nice volley here on his hussar. He's going to try and position his 106 gun, understandably so. Like I said, the Brits got some pretty substantial firepower here. If we start trading with this, I'd love to trade with that little steam frigate, but I'm sure he's going to try and keep it steaming on the outside of our range. I'm trading shots over here with the steam paddle frigate, and I got my admiral that might be able to intercept this outflanking maneuver by his steamships. Though we're going to be in bad shape here. Yeesh. And take a pretty dreadful hit there. Let's see if we can potentially double the fire on his steam paddle frigate over here. I think he's, gosh, just outside of the range of my general at the moment. Let's start steaming this way and see if we can close that distance. And it looks like he might try and cut my lines right here with this ship. Oh, he got a nice 106 gun volley on me there. So I'm actually getting dumped on here.
One of our ships is withdrawing from the fight.
Yep, that's probably my 106 gun right here, as expected. So that's bad. Now I got a hole in my line. Let's see if we can hit his paddle frigate in the rear. There we go. Again, sometimes you can get a lucky shot on these guys and send them exploding. So the British player, once again, is just going to shoot and withdraw. He's playing a very patient game. Again, I'm not even sure that he needs to. I don't think that we have the firepower to hit him. I don't know if that paddle frigate's... Yep, it's going to come in range of my 38 gun. Not going to be a whole lot of damage being caused by my 38 gun. But hey, like I said, every shot we take, more damage we can tank onto him. He can steam against the wind there, though, which is going to be nice for him. About got a ship out of position here. I did get a nice shot on that 122 gun, but like I said, I don't know that we have the firepower to really stop the assault of the British here. If he just concentrates a few spots, kind of like he did here, it'll probably be more than my men can handle. I'm gonna go ahead and steam against the wind a little here as well. He might be trying to get on the other side of my 74 gun frigate here, which is now under heavy fire, really in a bad position. Yep, he's coming in to get shots on the front of my 74 gun. So definitely the British player getting the best of me here. And the Spanish ships and mine are not fast enough to keep up, so again, don't want to make it sound like I'm complaining. My opponent's playing great, but like I said, he's got plenty of firepower. There's no need to keep running. We can shoot this out, and he will come out the victor here. I've got a couple of measly ships left, and he's got a massive firepower advantage. He's also got a speed advantage even on me. And now he can break loose and sail upwind if he wants. All right. What do we got here? Yeah, my 74 gun is... So this one's surrendered. These guys are simply routing. It's possible we may get one of them back, but I doubt it. I'd like to try and get in front of this 106 gun first rate. I don't know that we will succeed. Yeah, the Royal Navy is definitely playing well here. And the sails are quite damaged from a lot of the... Golly. Yeah, see, he's got the firepower here with that 106 gun. And that was a great shot for him. Oh, blow up that steam frigate. I've seen that guy take a lot of hits, and I'm wanting him to go down. Alright, let's see if we can get in here and finish anything. Oh man, I've let my 38 gun frigate come within range of his 106 gun first rate. Yeah, this battle's over. There's no way we've got what it's going to take to outgun these British ships. And like I said, my opponent's been very patient at keeping his ships just outside of our range with the steam vessels. He's done a good job maneuvering. And he's just got more firepower than we can handle at this point. Let's actually turn and take our Admiral back against the wind. There we go. Hopefully those cannon shots don't stray into my Admiral. A few of them did. Now that his 106 gun first rate is upwind, it's going to have a hard time turning around and getting back into the fight. Don't know that that's really going to buy me any help here, but so I'm being fired on.
One of our ships is withdrawing from the fight.
Which ship is withdrawing? Yeah, I don't know which ship is withdrawing at this point. I may have had one come back from routing that then just would. Nope, it's my 38 gun. I'm gonna try and sail back a little bit from that 122 gun and see if we can trade some shots with this steam paddle frigate. I'm actually gonna just see if I can sail over here and cut into this British line. Got some killer shots into that steamship there. Got some really nice shots into that steamship. I'd like to put her out of commission so that he loses some maneuverability. Yep, she's routing now. So at least we took one more with us. Like I said, I think the amount of guns that he has left is going to be insurmountable. Yeah, I need to put this ship... Crap. I was sitting there firing at his routing vessel, and he takes a volley from his 106 gun. Just hammers me. I gotta make sure that ship routes, though. Ugh, my general just sailed into a 106 gun volley. That's like, I wonder where my admiral's at. I better check on him. Yep. You think? British player is going to fire and retreat again. Again, I don't, not trying to be mean, but I don't see the purpose. His fleet is far superior at this point. There's really no need to fire, retreat, and repair. He could just gun us down at point blank range, and there's going to be very little. I mean, this Spanish vessel has hardly any guns left. So, I mean, we're not a serious threat at this point. So, I'd prefer to just get this over with. So I'm just going to let my general stand and fight here. Go down, we're going down in a blaze of glory, baby. Let's sail another one through this way and see if we can pass through and get some more shots. He's got two very heavy ships here, first rates, so not a lot of chance that I'm going to win a gunfight here. yeah, he's repaired the hull on a lot of his vessels at this point because he had a chance. You can't repair guns, but you can repair hull. And there's just no way I'm going to be causing enough hull damage to these heavy vessels. The only thing we could hope for is to get a lucky shot into the powder magazine or something, but it's just as likely he's going to get a lucky shot into my powder magazine. Yeah, look at all the fire incoming there. Going to be devastating amount of fire. We'll turn just a little bit, see if we can hit this ship dead on before she gets a volley. If I have any guns left on that side. Nope. My volley came a bit late. Like I said, I'm just gonna stand and duke it out here at this point. Let's just do this. Last man swimming. The only thing, like I said, we could hope for at this point is just like if we get a lucky hit on the powder magazine of a British vessel. Otherwise, we've got no chance. And with his ships having repaired their hull like that, they're gonna be in good shape. Yeah, I mean, he's only lost one gun and like 4 crewmen on this 106 gun first rate. So I don't see that going in our favor. He's gonna run away with some of his other vessels. Let's see if we can kind of trap his steamship here. It ought to be relatively outgunned, but he can easily just turn and run. But I'll try and keep it in range
One of
for a
our
minute.
ships is withdrawing from the fight.
That's going to be another one of my frigates. Yeah, so he's only lost 2 guns still at this point, so we're just not causing enough damage really to these heavy British vessels. There's still quite a few Spaniard ships left. Is this my Princess Royale? So that's my general steaming there. We'll get some nice shots into this 106 gun first rate with the position I've got with my general. And we got some nice hits on this steamship, but I think she's going to get away from us. Getting that maneuverability coming in handy. And then he'll just move away and repair. British players playing it very safe here. That's okay. You're allowed to do that. Woo! Man, I just ate one. I got this vessel sinking, the Princess Royale sinking. Yeah, I'm eating it now, so I'm double teamed. The Spanish ships are probably just going to be too slow to get in here. Like I said, I just don't think we have the firepower to substantially weaken these British first rates. The only thing we could have hoped for is a lucky shot. Needed to get some good hits on them with a bomb catch or something, but obviously that didn't happen either.
Sir, our admiral is in mortal danger.
So our admiral just took a cannon volley and died. Definitely no point for the British player to be doing any retreating at this point. He's got us heavily outmatched. The Spanish 122 gun is far too damaged to cause any substantial damage. See, he can steam away, repair. I think that the repair ability probably ought to be limited to maybe like a single time. Just to make it make more sense.
One of our ships is withdrawing.
Not a big deal. Like I said, my opponent has played very well here. Very well. Hoping he kind of sails in here and let's get this finished. It's lasted far longer than I thought it would. Next time I do a naval battle, I might limit the number of ships. Yeah, look at all these repairs along the side of it. That doesn't even make sense. Like, wouldn't you guys have to stop and rappel off the side and everything? Yeah. he's got far more than enough firepower. He hasn't lost any substantial number of guns on any of his first rates. So he just needs to sail in and finish it. There's really nothing left that our team can hope to do about it. I'm still hoping to get a lucky shot and make one of these steamships explode. But because he keeps repairing his hull damage, we probably won't get so lucky. With so many steamships on the map, I'm surprised we haven't seen one explode just yet. My Dutch general's steamship here is sinking. You can see her listing here. And he's running away with his steamship again. Like I said, this is nonsense at this point. See, it routed. Good. It got shot in the rear and routed. He didn't need to run there. It could have stayed and fought, and it probably wouldn't have routed. It routed because it got shot in the stern. Yeah, there's absolutely nothing to run from at this point. The British player has us heavily outgunned. The only thing we can hope to do is, like I said, just get a few lucky shots like this in the rear. You never know. Like I said, you hit a powder magazine or something, you get a really lucky hit. This ship's only got 48 crewmen here. Or no, 48 guns. Sorry, 100 some odd crewmen. I was like, what? 48 crewmen? No way. It is taking some pretty heavy fire here. Check out my steamship here, slowly listing and sinking. These guys are just like, I don't really know what we should do. The captain hasn't told me to jump ship yet, so I'm just gonna stay on board. British player repairing his ships once again, and he'll be able to do it basically, just because our ships aren't moving quick enough. This 5th rate looks like she's sinking, so we will have gotten rid of one more British ship, so it'll end up being a pretty close fight. His steam paddle frigate came back from routing. Like I said, I still don't see how we could possibly have the firepower to get rid of 2 first rates. Or 3 first rates. Yeah, not gonna happen. 2 first rates is basically insurmountable. 3 is not a chance. I would like to sink this little ship. She's been a big nuisance to us the whole battle, and it would make me very pleased. It's gonna rout though and probably come back from routing in the end. Not gonna lie, the Dutch fleet here was it did better than I thought it would, but definitely lacking a few units. It looks like you can see the heavier units being with probably France, Spain, and England. Oh yeah, hit her, bring her down. Sink those jerks. Yep, he's going to repair his steam paddle frigate and bring it back on over. So like I said, just very nice control from the British player here. Doing a good job of keeping ships alive. I can't tell if the British player's kind of fleeing again or if he's just standing and fighting. We haven't caused any substantial hull damage, and one of the Spaniard steam paddle frigates here just routed. And then, like I said, he's got a steam paddle frigate that's going to be coming back into the fight. Check it out, the British ship getting hung up here on my listing vessel that's eventually going to find her way to the bottom of the ocean. Yeah, we simply don't have the firepower to duke this one out, but we'll trade some shots, do what we can. We've only destroyed 7 guns and a few of her crew. The Cesar Rezi came back. These guys just won't die. I'm gonna turn and fire on them. I want these guys gone. The Cesar vessel has been it has taken an unreal amount of cannon fire to still be here on the battlefield. Yeah, we've caused it to rout again. If I do nothing else in the rest of this battle, I want this baby sunk. Actually, I might need to hit that steam paddle frigate that's coming in. Oh, I have a ship that's back here that I didn't realize was there. Okay, we got a decent shot on the enemy steamship, but he may be just using it for a fire ship to try and get his 106 gun first rate into a position. Let's leave that steamship to the Spanish player here. This ship has taken an unreal amount of fire. I'm also surprised that it's still here, and I'm surprised this ship hasn't sunk as well. Yep, he's got a position on me with this 106 gun over here. I'm in trouble. And look, this thing came back from routing again. Again. Unbelievable. It's the little ship that could. And then look at this steam paddle frigate comes back and actually helps cause the rout of a 122 gun ship of the Alliance. These little British ships, man, fighting like dragons here. Send that thing to Davy Jones' locker. Let's go. Look at this ship. There's nothing left of it. Half her crew's dead. Big old holes all over the side of it. Well, I've caused it to rout once again, but it seems to just rout a little ways away from the battlefield and then come back. Oh, it's surrendered. So finally we caused the surrender. Yeah, well, surrender or not. Load a broadside. Doesn't matter if I'm getting shot by someone else. You're going down. Extreme overkill with Patchy the Admiral. Load another one. We're gonna send that ship down if it's the last thing we do. I have a few ships that came back from routing. Or maybe they never routed and I just lost track of them, I don't know. I'm gonna be getting fired on by 106 gun first rates, of which will surely kill me, so like I said, this is just kind of my last bit of fun here. Gonna fire some broadsides away. I still don't know that we have that ship ready to sink. But I'm being outmaneuvered by British vessels, and the Spanish fleet is pretty much gone as well. My other vessels, it's going to take them a while to get sailed back in. Come on, line it up. It would bring me so much joy if this ship blows up. Well, she's definitely not coming back, I guess, at this point. Let's stand here like men and take our broadside. Actually, let's I want to see if I can do a boarding action, go down in a blaze of glory here. Yeah, it looks like the British are capturing this 122 gun. So we got them climbing over on into the vessel. Check it out. It's brave royal sailors here, fighting it out with Spain. Where'd my other vessels go? It's gonna take me forever to get this guy back into combat.
One of our ships is withdrawing from the fight.
My men weren't brave enough to get into combat. So the boarding action started, and then they routed. You can see here, let's kind of watch it, see the British ship pulling us in. Obviously not a boarding action that I would have expected to have won. There's far more sailors over here than there are in my own vessel. Oh, that was brutal. Did a point-blank broadside there. That also canceled the boarding action. That was brutal. I guess that was revenge for the Hussar. I'm gonna ask that we fast forward at this point. What did he lose? Oh, the Hussar's sinking! That's right! See you later, losers! That's what I thought. Have a nice swim. I told you all were going down. It was the last thing that I ever did, and it was the last thing I ever did. Oh, yeah. What's going on in the chat over here? People are like, yeah, you're 40 minutes over your deadline. I know, folks. I know I'm over the deadline, but at this point, the battle needs to be finished. So, oh, yeah. Sink, baby, sink. Air does not feel sorry for you. So yeah, this vessel took a savage beating in the end. Spanish vessels are routing. This paddle frigate routed. Trying to get them to fast forward here. Looks like we have one player who's not fast forwarding. Private Ryan says nobody could save him. I'm sure that the British viewers are proud of the performance here. The British player. This is one heck of a naval battle, actually. Oh, I wish whoever's left would fast forward so we could just get these ships in. It's going to take like another 5 or 10 minutes to get over there. Come on. I think we've officially got a fast forward going here. Yeah, there's still 3 British first rates. And all I've got is a heavily damaged 74 gun ship of the line and a 38 gun frigate. And we're just gonna YOLO. We're just gonna give a boarding order. Just go for it. Get shot or not. This 122 gun might have its sights obstructed just a little, but we're getting hit over here by another 106 gun. I was hoping we'd get to see a ship explosion somewhere in the course of this, but I don't think we will. Looks like we're going to come around kind of on the hind corner of this British first rate. If I come up to board him, though, he can just unload a broadside at me and it's over. Ha! Took a couple of pot shots into the back of that 106 gun. Yeah, this is where when I come up in his hind quarter to try and board him, it's gonna get ugly. See how he's turning? Oh yeah. Oh man, that was brilliant. Gotta love that. We're just taking fire head on here. That was awesome. This ship got hammered. I'd be surprised if they're not going to sink. And then my other ship has now routed as well, so GG. Fun stuff. Close defeat. It was a fun one. It was a fun one indeed. Thanks for playing with me on the live stream today. Hope you enjoyed the Napoleon action. Let's take a look at the statistics from my ships. So the Dutch fleet not able to overcome the odds. Looks like some of these guys picked them up an award here. Great game to Dino 100. Fantastic job controlling the fleet there. And hope y'all enjoyed today's broadcast. HeirofCarthage is signing out for now.